Hey guys, what's up? Dr. Andrew C here, coming at you with another video from Animal Pak. And I'm going to talk today about some more of the ingredients in this all-in-one formula designed to ensure that you get absolutely everything you need to support your sports nutrition goals. Now, whenever I talk about these particular products, I think it's always important to remember that these dietary supplements are only an aid to ensure that you get everything you need. So you should be at the very least eating 5 portions of fruits and vegetables a day and consuming 2 portions of fish per week, one of which should be oily, ensuring that we get enough high quality fatty acids in our diet, that we're consuming enough protein at the same time. And if you eat something similar to what the UK government guidelines are in terms of the Eat Well guide, but just maybe change the proportions a little bit, then that is a high performance diet. However, if you are a high level performer like myself or this guy behind me here, then it's really important that we make sure that we don't have any nutritional deficiencies, particularly when it comes to doing the sports that I do, like bodybuilding, powerlifting, or strongman. Now, it's particularly important when it comes to something like bodybuilding, because what happens when we're talking about bodybuilders is very often we go on sort of very long, prolonged cutting processes whereby we're trying to reduce our body fat levels to get as lean as we possibly can. And the way in which we do that is we reduce the calorie intake, and as a consequence of reducing the calorie intake, then obviously the macros have got to come down, protein, fats, and carbohydrates, but also fiber typically comes down as well as people reduce the carbohydrate from their diet, yeah? So that means very often we might be eating less fruits and vegetables, we might be eating less high quality fatty foods as well, yeah? So we have to bear that in mind. So ensuring that we've got a high quality all-in-one nutritional supplement like the Animal Pak Ultimate Foundation can ensure that we meet all our needs and we don't suffer from any drops in performance. So the thing about nutritional deficiency conditions is we very often don't notice that they're occurring until it's too late, and you see things like issues of skin, hair, nails, or a drop in performance when it comes to something like sports nutrition, for example. Now, the thing that I wanted to focus on here is I wanted to talk about the beta carotene, which is in here. So what is beta carotene? Okay, so beta carotene, is vitamin A, okay? And vitamin A can be produced in various different forms, okay? So we've got retinol, retinoic acid, retinal as well, and then you get carotenoids, okay? Like beta carotene that we get in carotene that we get in this particular product from there. And what your body does is it converts all of these different types of potential vitamin A, or what we call pro-vitamin A, into vitamin A, and then that's got the functionality within the body, okay? Now, the obvious things that people are very aware of when it comes to vitamin A is how vitamin A interacts with vision, yeah? So eyesight, for example. Now, within your eyes, we have these things we call rods, okay? And they are responsible for detecting light, processing that information, and obviously producing images and pictures for our brain to interpret. Now, don't ask me how that potentially works, because I'm no expert in brain science or neurology or optology, but it does work. The vitamin A is converted into something we call rhodopsin, which goes into the rods in your eyes, and that is important, like I say, for vision. And one of the things which can happen as a consequence of a lack of vitamin A is that you can suffer from things such as night blindness, and if you get some real issues, then what can occur is you can end up going blind permanently. Now, you're only really going to see that in, say, a nutrition deficiency zone where there's maybe been a famine or extreme poverty and starvation from there. So vitamin A plays a very important role in that. Lesser known functionality though of vitamin A is vitamin A is a antioxidant, okay? So when you exercise, you've got these things within your cells called mitochondria. And mitochondria are responsible for converting carbohydrate and fat into energy. And it does this alongside O2, oxygen, and create this thing that we call ATP. Okay, we use ATP to generate energy for our high energy contractions and so on, and all the movements that I'm doing just now. However, as a consequence of respiration, one of the things which is generated are these things called reactive oxygen species or oxygen radicals. And the thing about oxygen is it's highly corrosive. So just look at iron, and what happens is iron rusts over time, and that's what oxygen does to your body. So it allows us to respirate and gives us life, but at the same time, over time, it diminishes our ability to, it damages our cells. So vitamin A is very important as an antioxidant within our body, right? Because we have got a whole host of natural in-house antioxidants which our body produces, but we also have to get some antioxidants from the diet as well. Most notably, vitamin C, vitamin E, are two very, very famous ones. One is water soluble, there is fat soluble. There's also a whole host of antioxidants that we can get from our diet in terms of polyphenolic compounds or phytochemicals, which we find in plants, and these plants get their colour from these things and they act as antioxidants as well. But vitamin A is another key antioxidant, right? So when we do a lot of exercise, there's a lot of respiration, our mitochondria are a little bit leaky, that leads to lots of reactive oxygen species, and vitamin A will help us mop up all those reactive oxygen species and ensure that we can recover from an exercise session appropriately, because if we don't have it, then we can't recover from our exercise sessions quite as well as we want to recover. The other thing is, if you do really intense training, there's something called the open window feeding, right? And what happens is after exercise, your immune system is really depressed, it gets pushed down, right? And what happens is it leaves you susceptible to illness, okay? Because we have what we call opportunistic pathogens, and these are bugs which will go into your body once the opportunity is there and try and establish their own little niche, so you get colds and sickness and things like that. So vitamin A is important because it helps us stave off oxidative damage, so we've got that aspect of it, but it's also important in immune system defense, because one of the things that vitamin A does is it helps provide nice mucosal barriers within our intestinal tract, within our nasal cavity, and it captures these bugs because it produces that sticky mucus, stopping our body from getting on board too many of these little bugs in here. So you've got twofold going on in there. Now, as someone that's into the fitness industry, one of the important things that vitamin A also does is it's important for our skin, hair, and nails, okay? So people that suffer from nutritional deficiencies typically have issues around skin, hair, and nails. And people who suffer from acne, if they go to the doctor, they can get a prescription for specialized acne creams, and very often some of the key ingredients within them are retinoic acid, right? Vitamin A or pro-vitamin A. So we've got threefold. We've got immune system support, skin, hair, and nails, reactive oxygen species development, or fourfold, vision at the same particular time as well on here. And then the final thing that it does is vitamin A acts as a signal in DNA and gene expression, So what happens is on our cells, signals come down to the cells into the membrane. Within the membrane, what happens is you've got your nucleus, and that's where all your DNA is stored and all your genes are expressed. Vitamin A acts as a receptor on the outside of a cell and allows your body to tell your body to express particular genes, ones which are really important in growth and development as well. So without enough vitamin A, you don't get the gene expression, and that's important if we want to build muscle and get fitter, okay? So you've got 5 points on here which are really important. Now, I'm just going to wrap this up now. Guys, when it comes to ensuring that we've got everything we need, an all-in-one product can really, really help us, okay? Particularly when you're in a calorie deficit and you want to just ensure that you're getting absolutely everything. You should absolutely ensure that you get everything from your diet as well, and this can be a really great insurance policy. So vitamin A, you'll find it in fatty fish, you'll find it in other lean meat sources as well. You'll get it in fish oil as well, but you also get it in lots of vegetables as well, particularly green leafy ones, but the most famous one is obviously carrots. You'll get it in there as well, and it's what gives the carrots that nice orangey colour as well, alongside sweet potato. Guys, if you like this video, then please do check out the other ones that I'm producing for Animal Pak as well. Check out the products as well, and if you want me to make any particular videos on any topics that you're curious about, then please do get in touch with us. I'm Dr. Andrew Chappell, PhD in Human Nutrition, and this has been Animal Pak and Ultimate Foundation. Have a great day. Peace out.